it has been a while. So much so that this game has kind of gotten like an overhaul in its visuals. In the last episode, we made this factory, but now we need to start working on a little thing for our hen friend. Hence why I've got all of these sheep in here. I've been slowly working on this little area down here, and I've dug it out, and I need to grab as much carpet as I can and fill up this entire place, which in all honesty is going to take me forever. I mean, look at the ghost blocks. Oh my goodness. The plan here is to kind of do that like bottomless pit kind of effect, because I can't be bothered like continuing to dig as far down as I can. So I'm gonna hopefully use some glass, use some black wool, and kind of make that effect on my own. And additionally, it's to kind of stop these guys from spawning, because I mean, yeah, I got myself like a slime spawner, but oh my goodness. And now I'm out of wool, and I still got this entire spot to go. This is going to take me forever. I'll continue cracking down at this as this video continues, so hopefully by the end of this episode I would have gotten all that black carpet just across the entire area, and then hopefully I can start removing some of this kind of upper layer here, because yeah, I need to get rid of this for what I have in plan. Primary focus of today, however, is to kind of terraform around this factory. I have a few hills that I want to add that kind of curve around, and then like custom trees, which I will show in a minute. And also, I've got this little friend here, and his name's Brian. So we will also have to somehow make him a house later on too. Don't worry about that. Okay, so around here is kind of what I've got planned. A little bit of terraforming, just adding a bit of hill around. I actually really enjoyed making these trees. I'd had a few suggestions when I was making them, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. I was experimenting a fair amount, like this one over here. I don't think this one is too bad, but I don't think it works in like the context of that build over there. This just feels a little too skinny. I think the first part that I'm going to start with is kind of outlining the path blocks around, and then somehow getting a start on this hillside thing. Let's get into it. Okay, so this isn't looking too bad. This is the very start. I'm going to have to fix up these like, oh, I did miss a spot. There we go. Now, where was I? I will have to fix up these like kind of one spot like grass things, which might be a bit of a pain because I can't put down torches on path blocks. So I might have to think of another solution to kind of light this area up. But another issue that I have realized, right, is that this contraption, I need to push it back one block, and that's so annoying, man. I'm gonna have to take this whole thing and just move it by 1 inch, and it's a painful process. Like, I'm gonna have to take this whole thing down. And I remember last time I tried making this machine, it took me 7 or 6 attempts to get this right because I wasn't following the tutorial right. So I'm gonna have to destroy this, push it out, just so I can fix this part up. Ugh. Okay, so we are kind of halfway through. I had to move the sheep farm just over here, and I've started the outline for the final part of the build, and I don't think this is actually looking too bad. I'm quite happy with it, and I think the shaders really do just kind of bring this a bit more to life. I can't remember if I did, no, I'm pretty sure I did shovel this whole part out on video. I extended the path bits out here, so yeah, it's just gonna continue off, finishing the terraforming all the way around, and hopefully we can move on to the next part of the build. Okay, so I have successfully terraformed this entire sort of area here. I'm actually quite happy with how this is looking. I can't remember if I said I moved the sheep farm, and let's get away from him because that entire little hill there is actually quite hollow. So if he blows up, please don't. Okay, good, awesome. So if it blows up, then there's gonna be a massive hole. But yeah, so I've moved the sheep over here just for a bit. Can't remember if I said that in the last clip. And then just over here, I've also moved back the clay farm, just the 1 block, so now I can properly cover up this little area here. I can't remember, I think on my actual testing world this was not cobblestone, but I don't know if it's worth changing or not, so I'm probably going to just leave it as is. We still have this entire area up around here that we need to finish off, so we've got this like little area here, and I did have a plan for that, but I'm not quite sure it's going to work because it's looking a little cramped back there. But my idea was that when these blocks finally reach to the end path right here, an observer would pick it up, and then a note block would chime to let me know that this has reached its maximum thing, and to stop placing down blocks. By the looks of it, it's not looking like I have enough room, so I'll continue like looking on in the creative world just to see if I do have enough space. If not, I'm sure we'll find a way to work around it. So we still have a few more plans, and I think the next kind of plan on the agenda is to move this guy right here. I'm not going to build on my house quite yet, but I do have the perfect spot to put him. So for now, we are actually going to keep Brian in this sheep pen just so I can kind of sort out what kind of home he deserves. And we have now moved on to the second part of this episode, and that is we need to start work on the super hen cave. So if we come in here and we have a look just down here, we can see that I've finally placed down all the black carpet that is needed. No more slimes will be spawning down here, unfortunately. Well, actually, I think that's more of a fortunate thing. But yeah, no more slime blocks will be spawning down here, and I've got to figure out this kind of like fading effect upwards and to have it kind of look like it's super deep down. But for now, what I really want to focus on is getting a super hen head just right there, a chicken head right about there. To do that, I'm going to need to continue mining up this bit of area here, which I will get onto in a second, and then I need to grab some materials and place down a head just around there. So even more grinding. Let's get into it. Okay, so I forgot to record my audio in the last part, meaning I had to come back into this world and re-show and retell everything that I just did in the last clip. That's alright, because I'm about to show you what that chicken looks like. 3, 2, 1. I don't mind it. I can't tell what I think, and I think it's because of that fat forehead on this chicken. I think it might be a little too big, but at the same time, I think that's kind of the appeal to it. Like, I think it looks really derpy, and I really, really like the idea of that. I also tried coming up here because the original idea was to keep the bridge coming from here, but then I realized it's a little too low for that. So I think the next best strat is obviously to try and somehow make a staircase down and then kind of stop around here and then have like a circular thing around here. And maybe I'll go a bit further into the walls. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is the super hen face, which I don't think is too bad. I think it looks a little bit silly, but you know, that's kind of the appeal of it. Okay, so we are finally on to this last part of the video. I promise you, the last part of the video, and all that is really just placing 1 or 2 custom trees down, and then I think that may be it for today. So give me 2 seconds. We got the final time lapse, and then we'll say our goodbyes. Let's get into it. You remind me of where I really am. It's not like you. Okay, there we go. It looks really good. I actually quite like this tree, and it's finally in. Took a little bit longer than it should have, but I've got a bit more that I can show you guys. So recently I did a stream on Twitch, and on Twitch we decided to work on the base a bit more, so we could see that we've made a pathway out this way where we will be extending the base. And then we've got this other tree that I decided to make as well, another leaning tree, which I quite enjoy this one too. And I'm still kind of considering whether or not I add a third tree right here, because on my creative world I do have one there. I might leave it for another Twitch stream though. And that's not even all. If we come back all the way over here, we have finally completed the factory. Now this is the fan, and I think it might be going a little bit too fast, but yeah, we do have that little fan going, and I think that this build is now fully completed, which I am so happy for. This has been taking me forever. It's been taking up so much of my time. We will be moving this bed and this shulker box and all that out of this place, and we do have another building that we will be making in the next coming episodes just over here, and so we will be finally working a bit more on this base. Apart from that, we have done so much things in this episode. We had done the super hen base, we have done this tree, the terraforming around the area, path. It's just, we did a lot of progress in today's episode, and thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to watch some of the Twitch streams that will be happening every, I don't know, bi-weekly, maybe weekly, just depends on how my schedule goes, please check the description below. I think I can link it up at the top here. Hopefully something pops up. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!